Hello, friends. Hello, friends of Varus Coin. I'm Juliano. It is the 2nd of January, 2022, and I come to you with good cheer and feelings of hope. Well, I'd like to share my screen and go over price chart, Varus price charts. We'll take a look at a couple of common charts here. We've got a safe trade chart, and we've got this trading view of the Coin Paprika conglomerated data, let's call it. And one thing I'd like to look at mainly is the year that's been of 2021, and also well, really here from Varus, like 2020, since 2020 has been a great movement from March of 2020, but also just to look forward to 2022 in terms of timeframes. We see a lot of vertical lines here. These are relating to the timeframes, and I just want to recognize currently the expansiveness that Varus is portraying on the price chart. So we're going to see here, we're at a key line of time that I'll get into in a moment. But basically the two main areas time-wise to look at are basically currently here, around here, and then around the spring, summertime around here, we call it, let's say, May and June time. So those are going to be the two main zones on this dollar chart. And on the safe trade chart, which is the BTC chart, I also want to recognize this expansiveness of the Varus price. Okay, so we're also going to look at the bit of time cycles. That's the vertical lines. I also have some horizontal lines for retracement zones, but it can get a bit confusing and all that. So we'll get rid of these horizontal lines before we get started here. Okay, so let's take it to the dollar chart to go first. Anyway, if you're enjoying this, hit the like button, and yeah, let's see what we're doing here. We've got a weekly time frame here, and we're starting back in March of 2020, really significant low here, we would have to say. And what we notice is this impulsive type of move up, and now this consolidative move across. And maybe they are part of the same degree. Okay, that's what I'm considering here, that this move up is the same degree as whatever move we're in right now. Okay, as opposed to this move up here. Oh, no, we want this move up here. Okay, would be similar to this move up here. Okay, all right. Whereas, and so this move up here, sorry, this move here, all right, would also be similar to this move here. Okay, whereas all of this move would be similar to whatever move is here. Now in time and price relationships, time relationships here, we see that the entire move up can be related to whatever we're in now, okay? And also this initial move up to this next low. So basically what I'm saying is two different degrees we're going to compare. We're going to compare the low of this degree with wherever is going to be the low of this degree, okay? And we're going to compare that with the initial low of this smaller degree with the low of the smaller degree, okay? So that means if you look here, we've got these two circles. That's this low here, okay, to this low here, okay? And then we project that forward from this next low, and yeah, we see what we get. Also, okay, so let's see what we get. What we're going to do is we're going to hide this one. Okay, so what do we get when we project from this low to this low and then continue from this next low? Where's this next low going to be? Well, take a look here. What we get is a 61.8% move that takes us to the next turning, okay, on a smaller scale. It's this low here to the high here, down to this low here. I would say that these are part of a similar degree. And combined, so here, let's talk about degree. We have low to low, low to low, I think are part of the same type of degree. But then when we combine all of this low to high, it works with the next high to low. Does that make sense? To make one whole low-y low. Does that make sense? I hope so. Not going over it again, just rewind. So having said that, we are at a 61.8% type of move and we return, we change direction. Although it's not making a new high, but that's fine. That's price wise. Time wise, we're looking for time changings. Currently now we're at around the 1.1, sorry, 1 to 1, where this move here between this low to this low, okay, is the same as now this low to this low here. It would make a 1 to 1. And remember that a 61.8 was a previous turn when we're going from this type of move, okay? And then this I'm going to hide. So well, I don't know how we're going to get back the other one. So we'll bring this again. In fact, I'm going to cut this out. I'll just show you again. We're taking this low to low here. And then we project it from the next low. We got that 61.8% move here that turns the price. And now we're roughly around the 1 to 1. Maybe we need to go to a 1.618. And again, that's around that May and June timeframe. Okay. The next thing is then, if we were to take the same idea and go from this low here to the high, okay, and project from there, we find this potential 61.8% turn timing. So that's interesting to see that. Not only that, but if we were to look again at that May and June timeframe, it becomes a 1 to 1 where this move up and the move down or correction move would be 1 to 1 is around the May and June time. So interestingly enough, I think there's definitely a chance for some turnaround opportunities in the near term, but we'll see what that looks like for real. Maybe that's not what's going to happen, or if it does turn, it might not be significant enough, and it might need a 1 to 1 timing. But it's interesting to watch and note, so I hope you stick around. I'm going to come back with more various price charts and that sort of thing. If we compare them, again, I'm going to take the low to this low and project it forward and see here is that 61.8% turn. And then we come down to here and we are about a 1 to 1 here. You see this 1 here, that's about the 1 to 1. So the 1 and the 61.8, they're similar near to each other. So maybe that's something of significance. So yeah, take note. And in terms of the other chart, so we're just going to look at timing. So the other option for timing to look at is around the May and June timeframe. And here around March, which is also potentially significant, is a 1382 time. So we'll see what it ends up being, but yeah, stick around because I'm going to bring you more. And we're looking for where's this trend line going to touch and have its turning point. That'll be interesting to watch too. So stick around for that, all you VRSC coin price chart lovers. Now let's take a look at the Safe Trade BTC chart. Is on a 3-day. Previously, we were looking at a weekly chart. This is a 3-day price chart. I wanted to remind you again of this expansiveness that we're looking at. And also I want to remind you, okay, here we're going to go from this low to this low, and project forward. We're also going to go from this low to this high and project forward. And something that comes interestingly to our attention is this significant low with this significant candle here, which denoted, when we used the wicks, it denoted that 88.6 retracement spot. And this timing also is a 2 and a 1. So what is it one-to-one relationship with? This one-to-one relationship is the one-to-one relationship with the low from March of 2020 to the low of the January in 2021. Okay, so it's one-to-one with that low. So that low from January to now here, previously in November, is a one-to-one, roughly. Okay, and it's 2-to-1 to the move up. So the move up and the move down, it's a 2-to-1 relationship. Move down 2, move up 1. So that's an interesting consideration here in terms of timing. The next consideration of timing I want to make is that maybe we start looking at, where is it? Again, this 161.8 relationship, instead of this move low to low here, might be low to low here at this 1618 instead of a one-to-one, which was back here. Okay, so maybe this 1618 is where the price needs to come and we just keep falling down. But there are reasons why things might happen like that, but definitely the bias is to the upside. Okay, I think this is a considerable turning point for some reason here, and I think we are looking for, if we take those retracement levels again, we start getting horizontal lines around this 2,600 Satoshis level, and then again around like a 3,500 Satoshis to 4,000 Satoshis level, and then each here up here. But really, this is just a straight up and down move for real, on a 3-day time frame. But there are levels on a daily time frame, and so each of these gets knocked off. But I do see at least a 26 to 3,000 Satoshi level being challenged at some point. At worst, like a 2,300 level, and maybe maybe it does need more time, but it'll be interesting to watch. So keep an eye out there. Again, none of this financial advice. We're just looking at the time frames. And I hope this is something you find interesting. I'm going to come back with more as time goes along. But this, again, is a 3-day price chart. We looked at lows to lows, and then also lows to highs, comparing highs to lows. And this seems to be a significant time zone here, but also we start coming a little further out and we reach towards significant time zones in like March here at the 1382, and also in May at the 1618. All right, of the longer low to low. Okay, and that's about it. I think I'm done with this VRSC price chart action. I hope it's been interesting and intriguing for you. If you haven't tried out the VRSC testnet yet, I highly recommend it. It's fun, it's easy, and it might blow you away, in terms of if you haven't tried it yet. There's quite a lot of capability on the VRSC network. So that's it for me. Wishing you all the best in 2022, all the love, peace, and happiness you can manage. And until next time, goodbye.